friends, it's Ashley from That Homeschool Gal, and today I'm sharing how I made this dogwood painting. It was inspired by my idea about a month ago to do daisies with a dark background so that they pop off the page, and I thought at the time it'd be really cool to apply to other white flowers as well. And so one of the flowers that I've been thinking about for months now is dogwood flowers. I'm going to start with a background so that I can see those white flowers, and I'm going to just jump right in here and make some areas really dark. Some areas I will leave a little bit lighter, and I kind of want a variated look, like there's light shining through leaves. Okay, my background is dry, which is very important before you move on, because if this were still wet and I started working on these branches, the two would run together, but it is totally dry, so I'm just going over this with a light coat of brown watercolor paint, and I'm definitely not trying to get it dark yet. I'm just trying to have, basically this is going to be my highlight tone of the branches, and I will go back over it and add in shadows later. My next step is to start working on these leaves. I'm going to start with a bright green color. Now that I have that bright green laid down on the page, I'm going to go back in and add some veins of the darker green. This is actually maybe a little too bold for me. I'm going to go ahead and soften this just with water on my paintbrush. I'm just mixing things together very gently. I'll use the same color on the stem here, and I'm going to paint the rest of the leaves. I'm revisiting these branches with a darker brown. It's actually the same paint, but it has less water mixed into it. I made some pale green paint and now I'm going to start working on the flowers. So I'm just going to use little curving lines to give them some shape. And in some places, I will actually fill in the whole petal, I think, just to kind of start with a little bit of a darker color since some places are in shadow. Dogwoods have a distinctive red spot at the tip of every petal. So to make those, I'm just wetting the page. And I don't want it too wet, so I think I'll dab some up with a paper towel so it doesn't spread too far. And then I'm just adding some red paint. This is mostly burnt sienna with a little bit of burnt umber mixed in. That's a little bit too much. I'll dab some off. Apparently I'm going to go back and forth on how much today, but that's okay. I didn't get to all the leaves earlier, so I'm going to go ahead and add the rest now. Now I'm adding a third layer of brown paint to the branches. I'm trying to leave the left side or the top of each of these branches light, so I'm not putting any more paint on it, just so that there's a bright highlight. Okay, so this is how the painting looked when I finished it yesterday. It's had time to dry. I can go back and add in some details and touch up some areas I forgot, like I never got to the base of the flowers, so I'm going to start with those. I also wanted to add a little bit more detail to the flower petals so that they stand out more, feel a little bit more three-dimensional. So I'm going to do that with some very light gray paint. I tried adding a shadow here because that's what it looked like in my photo of the dogwood flowers, but it doesn't look right, so I'm gonna soften it. Actually, I don't like this shadow here at all. So I'm just gonna lift this paint right off the petal while it's still wet and I can. I never painted the part of the dogwood where the leaves join the branch, so I'm gonna try that now. And to be honest, that's not really the color I want, so I'm gonna go ahead and add some green to it and see if I can fix it. I'm going in now and darkening the background just to make those flowers pop even more. I liked how I started with it, but as the painting developed, it just feels like it needs a little bit darker to make this feel balanced and right. Okay, I'm just gonna finish up this painting, adding a little here and there, whatever I think needs it, and then it'll be done. Okay guys, that pretty much wraps it up. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you liked this video, please hit the like button or the subscribe button. It helps me be able to continue with my vlogging and it means a lot to me. And if you want to leave me a comment, you have a question, I always love to hear from you guys. That would be awesome too. Thanks so much. Have a great day.